So I'm gonna jump straight into this video because this is going to be my most important video that I ever make on this YouTube channel. I am not joking. If something happens to this video or whatever it is, I actually want you to download this video. That's how in-depth this is going to be. So I tried back in 2021 to sell digital products online for the very first time in my entire life. I did not know what I was doing. I was not famous. I was scared as hell. I had imposter syndrome. I didn't like being on camera. I wasn't an expert. I didn't even have a funnel that really functioned properly. It had spelling mistakes on it. My digital product wasn't even built then. And I still made over 107,000 US dollars in 7 months flat. Now, what I'm gonna do in today's video is break that down exactly step by step for you, leaving no stone unturned. So if you're a kid that cannot even focus for more than 2 minutes without a flashy animation shining in your face, you might as well click off the video right now. This is going to be the most profitable video you ever watch. And I can almost guarantee that. In fact, I do guarantee that this is going to be the most profitable video you ever watch. You don't need to enroll in any courses. You don't need to pay me a single dime. All you have to do is sit down and watch this free video right here. And the joke thing is, most people literally won't even be able to do that. It's literally insane what I'm about to show you. What I am about to show you has cost me thousands on top of thousands of dollars to learn. And I'm just gonna give it to you all for free with no catches included. Literally 0 catches. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to show you the power of building a personal brand and the just sheer power of selling a digital program as well. Digital course, digital downloads. And I want to show you, and I just want to completely dispel with this one video right here, that you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be famous online. You don't need a huge social media presence. You don't need a big email list. You don't need to run ads. You don't need cold outreach, because I did this all without every single one of those things I just listed out. Didn't like being on camera. Didn't even like social media. So let's jump straight into this because I know that this is going to be absolutely game changing for a lot of people. So first of all, I want to jump into the actual funnel stats itself. So as you can see, this is ClickFunnels. The software I was using was ClickFunnels. I'm not affiliated with in any way, shape or form. I do have an affiliate link, so maybe I'll put it down below, but I don't want to even put that. So I probably won't even put it in there. Why? Because I just want to simply just give you sheer value on this. Sheer value. I'm just going to break every single misconception you have when it comes to building a information synthesizer business and a personal brand and selling digital programs. I'm here to make digital programs great again. I'm here to make personal brands great again, because a personal brand with a solid digital product can not only change your life, it can change your family's life, and it can change your customers' lives and thousands of people's lives on top of that. This program that I'm actually going to break down for you, my first ever digital program, went on to change hundreds, if not thousands of people's lives. I'm not even joking. I probably have close to 500 plus testimonials of people using my program, getting results with it, getting to 10K per month with it, all that crazy stuff. So let's jump straight into this. Now, first of all, I'm gonna do this live because I know a lot of people in the comment section will be like, oh, I don't believe this, these aren't real numbers. So first of all, I'm gonna throw this on the screen. But as you can see, this is my actual back-end statistics of my ClickFunnels funnel. As you can see, this is agency transmutation, official page, and I'll get into all of this in a second. Everything's gonna be broken down for you, so just give me a second here. Just bear with me. So as you can see, earnings per click, almost $6. And it grossed 107,000 US dollars. And again, my expenses were very, very low. I'm gonna break down exactly what my expenses are. But just to prove that this is real, as you can see, I literally have my ClickFunnels account open here. I'm going to hit refresh on this page right now. So you can see that this is real. I'll even change the dates for you. Here you go. I'm gonna change it. It does take a little while for ClickFunnels to load for some reason, but here's all the actual stats. I'm gonna zoom in. So we had page views, unique page views around 8.6K unique views, all driven organically, no ads, no cold outreach, I didn't even have retargeting ads. I didn't even have a pixel on my page. The page literally had spelling mistakes on it. I didn't know what I was doing. I did not know what I was doing, and I stumbled towards making a 6-figure business in 7 months flat. The craziest thing is I was trying to scale an agency at this particular point for years on end. This digital product basically just made 107 grand in its first 7 months. And I was trying to build an agency to that 10K per month mark, and I finally got there, by the way, before this program. So this particular this funnel here was actually released on December 2021. Prior to that, in May, I hit my first 10K month with my agency, right? So for those saying, oh, I got rich off digital courses, no, I did not. I just did not. I had the agency first, then I brought out a program around what I knew and what I learned from building that. So for all the ASLs there, here are the actual real statistics. And I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to change the date around so you can literally see that these are real stats. Let me zoom out even more so you can see this. So I'm going to go to, let's say, I'm going to go to March, maybe even just April. I'm just going to click on the 30. I'm only doing this to show you that these are real numbers, basically. And you'll see that the numbers change. I'm not touching anything. Wait for this to load. It does take a little second to load on ClickFunnels for some reason. I have no idea why it does that, but it does take a second to load. But as you can see, the numbers are actually loading right here. And as you can see, 54 grand in however months that is, call it 4 or 5 months. Absolutely insane. So as you can see, it started off slow and started ramping up as more traffic was driven to it. But as you can see, I'm just gonna go back to this particular board here. Zoom out a bit. So here are the funnel stats real quick. Let's talk about the product. The product was Agency Transmutation. Agency Transmutation was a program that I used to sell via Instagram and via this YouTube channel right here. All it was a program showing existing agency owners how to basically scale their agencies using Upwork and cold outreach. The reason why is because I saw a gap in the market. This is a key lesson for you. This is not just about selling a program or digital courses or anything like that. There's a lesson here to be learned. I spotted a gap in the market. There was a demand for people that were trying to build agencies and they were struggling because they couldn't get clients because of cold outreach. I came into the game, I tried to do everything to build my marketing agency. Tried cold outreach, tried cold Instagram DMs, I tried cold Facebook DMs, I tried cold emails, I tried cold calling, I tried Loom videos, I tried doing fake Loom videos where you take a screenshot of somebody's website and it looks like you're actually on video and there's a little play button, a little fake play button that you make in Canva, and I sent that to people and then when they would click it, it wouldn't even be a video. I tried all of these little Trojan horse tactics, all the outreach scripts, I did everything to build my agency using cold outreach, and none of it really worked for me. What really worked for me was my first client actually came inbound because I built a brand on LinkedIn. We won't talk about that. That's a different story for another day. I've got videos on the channel about that. The second thing that was most successful for me, I would say, is using Upwork straight away. Like you jumping into Upwork. This was December 2020, I believe it was, or 2019. Yeah, I think it was actually 2019, December 2019, started using Upwork. Yeah, it was December 2019, I'll never forget it. I closed my first ever client on the 23rd of December from a marketing agency, and it was just a social media marketing agency, just doing social media, managing social media accounts for businesses. And that was my first ever client, came on Christmas Eve while I was watching The Witcher on Netflix. I will never forget it. Season 1 of The Witcher on Netflix. Never ever forget that, right? So I started using cold outreach. Upwork, because cold outreach sucked. Started using Upwork, started getting clients, right? It took me 15 days of doing Upwork outreach to get my first ever client. Got my first ever client through Upwork, through the social media management type stuff, because I switched from trying to do Facebook ads for real estate agents to doing social media management because of the whole cough that happened to the world. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean when I say cough. Anyway, long story short, I then came to the realization that Upwork is great and it got me to like 5.2K in like 6 months or something like that with the agency, but I stagnated a little bit because I just kept losing clients, trying to bring clients back on. Social media management is a very hard service to deliver because it's like you can't really show what value you're bringing unless you're bringing them thousands of followers, and growing organically on social media is very difficult. Anyway, fast forward to like maybe 8-10 months down the line, 12 months down the line, or whenever it was, I started introducing cold outreach again because everyone was talking about Lemlist, cold outreach, this thing, that thing. So I said, okay, I'm going to try some more cold outreach again. I'm going to restart my cold outreach. So I took the Upwork money, right? But I did it in a smart way. I took my money that I was making from Upwork. I already saved some up as well from the Upwork stuff. So Upwork really kickstarted my agency. Upwork stuff, and by the way, I was taking clients outside of Upwork, so Upwork, if you're watching this, forgive me, but I had to do what I had to do. I was finessing the Upwork system by taking clients outside of Upwork. So using Upwork, took that money and I basically hired 2 or 3, I think it was 2 to begin with, 2 people to do cold outreach for me via emails, right? And all I did was I just got them to sit down, scrape leads of e-commerce brands, and then basically write personalized first lines and then send them out in Lemlist. That's all I was doing. Upwork to build up a little bit of cash flow, use that cash flow to then outsource my cold outreach. This system is what built my agency to 10K per month, and that was in May 2021. So it's May 2021. right? So that's the system that I use, and I called that the hybrid system. I started talking about it on YouTube, right? This is important for the story. Started talking about it on YouTube, and and I'm not even joking, a bunch of people started asking me, Montel, can you teach me this hybrid system? How are you doing this hybrid system? How are you getting clients on Upwork? How are you then outsourcing the cold outreach to virtual assistants in the Philippines that are doing this cold outreach for you? How are you doing all of this? Do you have a course on this? This is key. The reason why this is key is because I want to sit down here and look you dead in the eyes and say, I did not just think of coming up with a course. That's actually a mistake. Some of you guys are trying to do this backwards. You're trying to start a personal brand thinking about what you can sell straight away. That's the mistake. That is the mistake. You're trying to come up with an offer before you just build an audience. I'm telling you, if you do it the opposite way around, where you build an audience first, your audience will literally tell you what they want to buy from you. I'm not joking. Agency transmutation is literally my golden example of this. I was documenting my journey, trying to build my own marketing agency, talking about, I'm using Upwork and it's going well, and this week it didn't go that well, or this week it did go that well. I'm using cold outreach as well, by using the money from Upwork to outsource. And a bunch of people started DMing me on Instagram. This is key. This is key. When you build an audience first, your audience will tell you what they want to buy from you. It will be very subtle, but they will tell you. For example, they will ask you stuff like, Montel, how does this work? How are you getting clients on Upwork? And some of them will just blatantly just be like, hey, Montel, can I actually buy a course off you? I didn't have a course, and I would literally tell people for months, don't have a course, don't have a course, don't have a course. Until it was July, I had ended up in this apartment, ended up purchasing this apartment, put 6 months down, made it all back very, very, very fast, to be honest with you. Put 6 months down on this apartment in June 2021. The very next month, I ended up selling a beta. It was like a test. It was a test to see if I could sell a digital program. This was like the first ever digital program I ever sold, besides like a low ticket $97 type thing, which I tried to use for like lead generation. That's what you call a self-liquidating offer, by the way. So it wasn't a full course or whatever you want to say. This was a full program that I was trying to sell. So it was $497, and I sold it to a guy from Sheffield, funnily enough, called Rams. So Rams, if you're watching this, he was actually the first person to ever buy Agency Transmutation. He's actually from my hometown in Sheffield, which is crazy because we actually used to club together. So it's absolutely insane. I looked back through the statistics the other day, for this video, and he was the first person to purchase Agency Transmutation. And I didn't even have a single slide or module created yet. It was just a thought in my head that was planted in there through my own audience, because they asked me, do I have a course? And they've been asking me for months. So July, after I got this apartment, I locked myself in my office, didn't even set up my TVs or anything like that, because I was still moving in at the time. And I just got straight to work building out a little bit of a program, and I didn't even know what I was really doing. I'm not even gonna lie. So the program started off at $497, right? And it didn't have a funnel. It was just sold via the phone, AKA there was just a calendar link. You just booked in a calendar link in my description on my YouTube channel. There was no website. I am not even joking. Agency Transmutation, when I first sold it, didn't have a website. It was just a calendar link to Acuity scheduling, just a link. And you basically just booked in a time with me, selected a time, answered some questions, got on a call with me. I sat down, just literally heard out what your problems are. And I said, hey, coming out with a new program, I want just 10 people in it right now. I think you might be a good fit. Rams ended up purchasing the program for $497 US. So I think it actually started off cheaper than that. No, I think it was $497 US. That was the first time I ever sold Agency Transmutation. That was in July. And then I continuously just tried to get like 10 people a month or something like that, maybe even a little bit less than that, to be honest with you. It was quite hard to scale, to be honest with you, when I first started, but stay consistent if you're trying to do this. So I sold it via the mobile phone. The reason why I did that is because I could hear on the phone why people wanted to buy and why they didn't buy. So it was feedback, right? So fast forward to December, so that was in July. Fast forward to December, I actually said to myself, you know what, these phone calls, I've taken enough, I've got enough feedback now. I'm going to basically make a video just taking everybody's objections as to why they wouldn't buy my program, and I just put it all in a video and explained why this program solves all your objections. That's all I did. How genius is that? I took a bunch of calls with people trying to sell them something. They booked in a call with me, by the way, all inbound. Everything was inbound. Never did cold outreach. All inbound calls. I just heard them out on what their pain problems were. And I just went back through my call recordings and just wrote down every single pain point I heard people say that was repeated multiple times over. And I also wrote down all the objections as to why they wouldn't buy Agency Transmutation. And I basically just made a video that was 40 minutes long called a VSL, a video sales letter. So it's basically just a free mini training. That's basically it. 40 minutes long video. This 40-minute long video went on to make 107 grand in 7 months flat. And I'm gonna explain exactly how I did this. So that was released on December the 13th. Finally got our website, and it was just a ClickFunnels page, and it had spelling mistakes on it. Had no funnel, it had no, it had holes in the funnel, excuse me, had spelling mistakes on it. It looked janky. The checkout page didn't even work properly because of strong customer authentication. I believe it was just coming out, coming out on Stripe back then. It was terrible. It was absolutely, it was ass cheeks. In fact, I believe I actually drove traffic to, you know when you sign up to ClickFunnels, you get assigned a ClickFunnels domain where it will say something like your business name .myclickfunnels.com. I was driving traffic to that website. I didn't even know what I was doing. So it started off at 497 and then moved to 797 over the months. But I made 107K in 7 months from one funnel, which was a 40-minute long video. I'm gonna show you the funnel in a second. Now, it was a digital program, which was a course and a community. And it was my first try of, basically trying all this stuff. I launched the funnel, like I said, on December the 13th, 2021. And this funnel lasted up until the 14th of July, 2022, when I finally moved the price up from 497 to 997. I had 206 customers out of 8.6K unique visitors. So my conversion rate in total was about 2.238%. So that basically means out of everybody that, the unique views that I got, all the unique visitors that I got, out of all of them, I was only converting about 2.2%, which by the way is actually quite good, to be honest with you. And it was all organic traffic. So that 107K in 7 months works out to be about 15.3K a month on my first go at building a digital product. My very first try at building a digital product with a community that was actually a real product, like a real product. And it did, in its first 7 months, 107 grand. Do you know how insane that is? And by the way, I was not famous. I'm gonna show you exactly how many followers I had on all of my social media accounts. I had no email list, by the way, at that particular point. And it was all organic. I had no ads running, no retargeting. I was not famous, didn't do any cold outreach. It was all outbound. So everything your favorite gurus are saying, I can kind of say it's kind of BS. Because I wasn't good at sales because I had a sales page. I didn't have to have a crazy guarantee. There was no guarantee. It was like a money back guarantee and that was it. That's just common at this point. That's just standard at this point. There was no flashy marketing, no ads, no retargeting. I didn't even have a pixel on my page. I'm not joking. There was no team members besides my video editor at $20 a video. I'm not joking. My video editor, called Can, literally he's called Can from Turkey, by the way. Found him on Upwork. Well, he was charging me about $20 per long form video. I was just making 10-minute long videos, 10 to 20-minute long videos. I was doing 3 of those a week. And he was charging me $20 per video. That's $240 a month. That's my expenses. My other expenses were ClickFunnels at $97 a month. I didn't even really need to start with ClickFunnels. I could have started with something else. Zapier, I didn't really know how to use Zapier at first, but I'm just gonna throw this in there anyway. So I didn't use Zapier until like months after I launched my funnel. You're gonna hear how stupid this is in a second. It's so stupid, in fact, you're gonna slap yourself in your own face. You're gonna face palm. It's actually so stupid what I was doing that most people are gonna be like, you pretty much just dumbed yourself into making 107 grand. But then I also say that just keep it stupid simple. This stuff was not hard. It sounds weird, but it was, building the program was ridiculously hard. Like building a good program is ridiculously hard. Selling the program wasn't actually that hard. Like building traffic and all that sort of stuff and getting inbound leads and all that, I personally don't find that difficult. I just genuinely didn't. I would actually say running ads for clients in a marketing agency is way more difficult than doing this stuff. However, the only thing that's actually more difficult is trying to build a program. I can have ads running in up and running in 2 hours, if that. My next expense was Teachable, $129 a month. That one was a kicker back then. I remember, well, it wasn't really a kicker, but it still sounds kind of crazy to this day. I'm still paying that much. So the total expenses I had was $341 a month. So if you actually work that out from these expenses plus the video editor, it comes out to about $581 per month. If you times that by, I think that's actually incorrect. I times that by 8 because it's actually 7 months and 1 day. So, minus $581 from this number here. So it's like it works out to be about 4.1K. So I turned 4.1K into 107 grand, which is about a 24x return. It's about a 24x return. Somebody do the maths in the comment section. And again, I'm about to prove to you that I was not famous at this point. I'm not famous now. I'm tiny now. My YouTube channel at this particular moment in time still doesn't even have 30,000 subscribers on it. I know that sounds like a lot to most people, but if you take a look at some of these big gurus, they've got like millions on top of millions of subscribers. There are people out there that have videos that have, you know, like when a video gets likes on it and you can see how many likes they've got on a video. There are gurus in this industry that have more likes on just one of their videos than I have subscribers on my entire channel. That's how not famous I am. I was not an expert. I'm still not an expert now. Terrible at marketing when you actually think about it, because my funnel was broken. I had no email list and it had spelling mistakes all over my funnel. And it was so terrible. This funnel here was so terrible. Yet it generated 107 grand in 7 months. On average, you know, on average, that was about 15K. Again, some months were low, some months were high, some months were low. Like it started off low, then it gradually built. So don't think I was just making 15K straight away. I know someone in the comment section gonna be like, oh, you launched the product on the first month I did 15K. No, it didn't start like that. Started low, eventually started scaling up. So it's actually so impressive. It's so terrible, the funnel. It's actually quite impressive when you think about it. Let me break this down for you. Now, the funnel template, by the way, the scripts, the video sales letter, the script for that, obviously they're all gonna be available inside of the Personal Brand Academy, which is my brand new digital program, which teaches you how to actually build your own digital programs and become an information synthesizer by building a personal brand and by building social leverage. So if you want literally the 100K plus funnel template, I give you that. The script that I use for the video itself, it converted at 2.2%, which is absolutely insane on a $400, $500 product. It's insane stuff. That's included, the script for that is included, as well as the actual video itself. So the whole entire funnel is included. So how you build your VSL, how you build your actual website itself, the actual funnel page, the copywriting, I give you that, the actual plug and play, everything's plug and play. I'm gonna give that to you. That's gonna be available for the PBA students. So if you're inside of PBA, look inside of the modules next week. You're gonna have that funnel in there. Now let me break down to you how not famous I was when I was doing this stuff, because you're actually gonna be quite impressed by this. Take a look at my actual, and by the way, you can go and fact check this. Just go to Social Blade and just type in my name, like literally, I don't care. Like, in fact, you know what? I'll go do it for you. Here's Social Blade. And if we go back to, where is it? This is March. I think we have to scroll all the way down. Yeah, here we go. Total subscribers and video views graphs for Montel Gordon. So this is my actual Social Blade statistics. You can go look this up yourself. If you take a look at like September, I had 5,000, you know, back when I actually released the program, the first ever sale was in July. So I started this, my first ever digital product. I had 5,500 subscribers on YouTube. That's tiny. That is literally tiny. I have a video right now that's popping off on my YouTube channel, right? And it has 2,000 likes on it. So that one video alone has like half of the subscribers, almost half the subscribers I had back then in just likes. In just like, I've seen people with more than 5,000 comments on a YouTube video. My entire social media my entire YouTube channel was at 5.5K subscribers. As you can see, the next month it jumped up to 100. I gained 190 subscribers. There you go. As you can see, it goes from 5.5K to 5.69K. And then next, 5.8, 6.1, 6.4. So I'm gaining, I was gaining back then. That's actually, let's go to December, 6.6. So I was at 6,670 subscribers when I released my first ever sales page, VSL type funnel type thing. Prior to that, I was trying to sell it through a call, like an actual call, like a Zoom call. So people would book it on my calendar, I'd try to sell it that way. That worked okay-ish. As soon as I turned the funnel on though, it was much better, it was a much automated way. Put it this way, there were times where I would be sat in bed and I would hear the you know the old iPhone chime on your iPhone, the notification sound? I don't even know what the chime sounds like, maybe I'll throw the noise in, but it would just chime and it would be like, you've just received a payment of $497 from, and it would be their email. So I would just sat there in my bed, watching TV, getting paid, all automatedly. As in, somebody had come across me, figured out who I was, binged my YouTube videos, gone to my Instagram, decided to click on my link, watch my VSL, By the time they watched my VSL, they had their credit card out, put it into the machine and bought my program, all at $497, and then went on to enroll into that program. I was manually enrolling people. I'll explain that in a second. And then they go into the program and they were able to get results without me even being there. So that means I had fully figured out at this particular point, December the 13th, remember this. December the 13th was the day Montel became a true entrepreneur. I had finally figured out how to actually attract clients organically, inbound. I had figured out how to get clients and convert clients automatically. I then figured out how to get students/clients results without me being there. So the whole thing was automated. That was the first time I'd ever done this. It almost felt surreal and too good to be true. Like my own numbers, I'd literally refresh my friggin' homepage. I'd go into my Stripe account, refresh it, and numbers were there. Like, 3 people enrolled today, 1.5K, just like that. And this stuff still works today, by the way. My birthday was on the 11th of March. I'm recording this on the 15th. So 4 days ago, this is still working. I just had one of my new funnels literally generate $2,000 in its first day or something like that. My 11th of March, just hit $2,000 on my birthday whilst being with family on my birthday. I was away from the office. So guys, I'm telling you, if you want financial freedom, you have to be careful, because I don't believe in passive income, but there are better ways to build businesses. You need to build social leverage and digital leverage. Now let me jump straight back into this, right? So here are my YouTube statistics. Again, I had about 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was gaining about 250 subscribers per month. As you can see, September there, 250 subscribers, 200 to 300 subscribers per month. And I was gaining anywhere between 3,200-ish video views per week, that was. So is this weekly? Yeah, this is week. The week of December, the 6th of December to the 13th of December. The exact week I released my first ever, sales funnel, to be honest with you. Here are my Instagram stats as well, so you can see that I'm not famous or wasn't famous back then. Here's my actual monthly gained followers for that exact month I dropped my my funnel. 52 followers I gained an entire month. That's not even 2 followers a month. That's not even 2 followers a day. That's not even 2 followers a day for a month. I posted 3 times in December 2021. I'm not joking. You can go and look at these statistics right now. Total followers, as you can see, I had 5,937 followers on Instagram. And here's the craziest thing. Most of them were people from my town. I'm not joking. Most of the followers I had back then were not business people. They were people from my hometown, like family, friends, acquaintances, girls, obviously. At that particular point, I was a little bit of a playboy back then. But as you can see, I wasn't famous. So was I famous? Nope. I had 5.5K subscribers on YouTube, 5.9K followers on Instagram, I should say on Instagram, on IG. I'm gonna put that in there for you. On Instagram, I had less than 12,000 people in my audience total. So if you've got more than 12,000 people total in your audience, you could literally be sat on a 15K per month business right now and you don't even know it. And if you're not, don't worry about it, because you can build this up very quickly, especially if you start running what you call social ads. I was only gaining, by the way, anywhere between 200 and maybe 300. I'm gonna put 300 here just to be on the safe side, subs a month to my YouTube channel. I was gaining around 3,200 views per week on my YouTube channel, which is about 1,000 views per video, I believe. I was posting 3 times a week, about 1,000 views per video. So I was posting 3 times a week on YouTube. Here's the craziest thing. I had no email list. I was posting 3 times a month on Instagram, 3 times a month on Instagram. That's not even 1 post a week. This is like low effort stuff. Now, I was running no ads, by the way. I know you're thinking this is literally insane. You must have been running ads, or you must have been doing something to drive traffic. I'm not even joking. I didn't even really know how to, well, kind of did at that point. So obviously I was running the marketing agency, but I didn't really know how to drive traffic to a digital product. There's a big difference of running local lead gen ads for a real estate agent and running ads to a digital product. Very different ball game. I just didn't know this game over here. And I had to run ads for real estate agents and generate them leads. It's pretty simple stuff. Extremely easy stuff, in fact. It's like creating a post with extra steps. Running ads is actually just not that difficult when it comes to local lead gen. It just isn't. It just genuinely isn't, especially with the AI we've got now. So I was posting 3 times a month on Instagram, and I was posting 12 times on YouTube a month. So 3 times a week. I was gaining about 52 followers a month on On Instagram, that's not even two followers a day. I was getting 2 followers a day, making 15 grand a month. Come on, guys, man. You can see this. As you can see, I was far from famous. So these are my actual statistics. Go look them up. You can go and see them for yourself. Absolutely insane. So here's my YouTube statistics again. You can pause to read. Here are my Instagram statistics again. 52 followers in a month. Free media added to my thingy, so free posts in a month. Obviously, I was doing daily stories, Instagram stories there. And I had 5,937 followers exactly on my Instagram. So if you think you need to be famous for this sort of stuff, you are gravely mistaken, because I had less than 12,000 people in my audience total. Less than 12,000 people. And you can build a almost multiple 6-figure digital product business, which is absolutely, and again, this is just one of my income streams. I already had the agency. So I was doing quite well for myself. when I actually think about it, and I look at the numbers, I'm doing quite well for myself, to be honest with you. Over in the UK, you only need to make around 60, I actually Googled this today, you need to make £67,000 per year to be in the top 10% of income earners, on average, that is. And I was just sat here with a digital product, making 15 grand a month, which is about 12,000 a month in pounds. Come on, guys, you can see this. So funnel steps, I want to show you the exact funnel that I use. So this is the exact funnel. As you can see, the steps, you've got a welcome page, a watch kind of like video sales page, then you've got the order form, and you've got a thank you form. So basically, you guys already know what a VSL is. You guys know what a VSL is. It's where you've got your favorite guru or this person or that person. You don't even have to be a guru to have a VSL, by the way. Big companies use VSLs all the time. Apple kind of uses VSLs, to be honest with you. They've got like a whole landing page. You watch a video and then you go, oh my God, I want to buy that. Slightly different, obviously, more corporate-y type style of selling. But VSLs can help big companies, little companies, small businesses, mom and pop businesses, Forbes 500 businesses, Forbes 100 businesses. It's absolutely insane what a VSL can do for you. So here are my actual funnel steps, as you can see. And this funnel, again, I'm going to give to the people inside of the Personal Brand Academy. So you can just rip my funnel, which is a 6-figure funnel, which is crazy. So the first page was just a landing page, nothing really on it, just a video explaining the program. It was like, I think it was like a 12-minute video explaining the program. And it was just basically getting people to opt in by clicking the Enroll Now button, which is this button right here. On that, there would be a pop-up. They would put their email address in and their name, and that was it. And once they submitted that, they would go to page number 2, which was watch this video to learn more about the program. And this was the 40-minute long video that changed my life. This video changed my life. I didn't even know you can make money like this. Well, I heard about it from these gurus and whatnot, but I didn't think it was possible for someone like me, especially a black kid from Sheffield, growing up around like some of the craziest crimes you could even think about. Seeing people that you know and grown up with getting locked up for like life for some terrible stuff. I don't even want to say it on YouTube. And there I am making 40-minute long video in a shirt in my office that's converting people that are complete strangers that have just come across my YouTube, found what I was saying interesting, they've watched a video. By the time they've watched this video, they're like, you know what, I like this guy. Pull out their credit card, put it in. This is, and bought my program for $497. Do you know how insane that is? No sales call needed. No sales call, no cold outreach, none of that. That's a stark contrast to what you guys are being taught by these quote unquote gurus. They're telling you to do the direct opposite. Do cold outreach. I wasn't doing cold outreach, I was building a brand. Be good at sales. That's not being good at sales. It's being good on camera. I guess you can call the sales, well, it was not direct sales anyway. Everybody said you need to be extremely good at sales. I personally think in this digital age, you need to be better at video sales than you do need to be on like actual call sales. I think video is more important. Now, here's the actual checkout page. This checkout page, absolutely terrible. Look at the background of this checkout page. I am not joking, this was my checkout page. This is like the ClickFunnels basic default background of the checkout page. So people actually came to this page, put in their card details, and bought my program from this. It's the worst checkout page I've ever seen. Jesus Christ, guys, like there were spelling mistakes on it. I'm not even gonna, if you think I'm joking about the spelling mistakes, this is literally the homepage of the program. And on the very like second, third line, it literally says AT has been expertly crafted to include everything you could need in order to be successful, scale your social media marketing agency. That's supposed to say, it's crafted to include everything you need in order to be successful, when scaling your marketing agency. So there's actually spelling mistakes on the funnel, no pixel on it or anything like that. So here are the funnel steps again. Step 1, they land on this page. Traffic is being driven organically from YouTube and Instagram. Those are the only 2 platforms I used. 3 posts per month on Instagram and 3 posts per week on YouTube. Long form videos. Short form sucks, by the way. It just genuinely does. Then they would land on this page. Nothing really to do for them. They would opt in. They would watch this video. After they've watched this video, a button at the bottom of the video would pop up. I'd tell them to click that button to enroll. They would go to this checkout page here. They would put in their card details. That is then connected to Stripe, by the way. Stripe payments would link to that particular checkout page. This is all explained inside my program. Don't worry about if you don't know how to connect all this stuff up or how to build your own funnel. And then as you can see, even the thank you page was terrible. There wasn't even a video on the thank you page. It's like a big no-no, by the way. If you guys know anything about onboarding clients, you want to make sure that they have at least an instructional video on onboarding. This just basically said, you're successfully enrolled, read this, congratulations, you're enrolling to HR Rotation. Just check your emails for the enrollment email. So let me just give you some of the actual, just kind of like how crazy this funnel was. First of all, 107 grand is not no joke money when you're that young. Like I was actually quite young, never really done this before in my entire life. Didn't even know money like this could be made, except for doing like illegal activities on the street, except for obviously running the agency and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't know it could be made this. I don't want to say the word easy, and just automated. I didn't know this type amount of money, right, could be made in such vast numbers in such an automated way. Because again, I had no service delivery on this. It was a stark contrast from running an agency, which is why I won't ever personally run an agency ever again. I just won't. I just feel like my time, for somebody in my personality, with the knowledge I have and the things that I've been able to see, I feel like running an agency would be a downgrade and a disservice to the knowledge that I have in my head now. It's almost like, like when you're so used to being able to drive, like, I don't know, fast cars or something like that, and you go down to, like, it's gonna sound pretentious, and then you go down to a car and it's just not the same. Or let me try and give you a better example. It's almost like you're so used to being able to do one thing really well, and then you see a different thing that's not as good. So like, and you can do this thing. Like, why would you choose this thing over that thing? You know what I mean? Hopefully that kind of comes out. I don't know how to explain that one for you guys, but genuinely, it was one of those things, basically, it opened my eyes. It was an epiphany moment. Made me realize that, damn, you can actually scale this stuff to the moon. Unlimited scalability, no service delivery. You get better results for people. So let me break down how crazy this funnel was. There was literally spelling mistakes on the page. I just showed you that a second ago. There was no Facebook pixel on the page, so I wasn't even tracking data. I'm not joking. Like, this is like a big slap on the wrist for any marketer out there listening to this. You know that this is absolutely just stupid. I was driving traffic to a page that didn't even have a pixel on the page. I think I even mentioned this in one of my YouTube videos way back in 2021 as well, 2022. I even say in one of my videos, I don't even have a pixel on my page. It's almost like I wasn't even trying at this point. I wasn't even trying to sell age reputation. If I was, this is a very pathetic attempt at this. I ran no ads, absolutely no ads, not even retargeting ads. So no ads, no retargeting ads. I didn't do cold outreach. I've never ever, not one time, I repeat, not one time have I ever tried to reach out to somebody and push agency reputation onto somebody. And if you've ever got a DM from me like that, I am telling you that's a fake account. There's many, many, many fake accounts, by the way. Well, there was back in the day. I chased 0 clients. So everything that you're taught, doing cold outreach, chasing clients, come up with these crazy offers, I didn't do any of that. In fact, I did the direct opposite. No retargeting ads. There wasn't even, and this is gonna be insane. Like, you guys are not even gonna believe this. Like when you opt into a funnel and you get emails from that marketer, they hit you with email marketing. Yeah, well, those emails, I didn't even have them. There was no, they're called welcome series emails, where you, first of all, you opt into some sort of like free training, or you opt into a lead magnet, or you opt into a webinar and you get hit by that person with emails in the back end. I didn't even have those set up for months. Didn't have those set up for months. There was no follow-up emails, AKA welcome emails, or like daily emails going out on my email list. Basically, I wasn't using my email list. I didn't really have an email list. I didn't know how to do all this stuff. There was no failed payment recovery flows. I am not joking. This is just any e-commerce person listening to this right now. you're gonna be like, I cannot actually believe this guy is such an idiot. Like, I'm not joking. I was talking to my brother about this, and even he was like, how can you call yourself a friggin' digital marketer and you've not got no retargeting ads, you've got no pics on your page, you've got no welcome email series. Like, that's just a basic marketing 101. There was no failed recovery payments. So like when a payment would fail, I would just be like, oh, payments failed, okay, and then go about my day. I didn't even know that you could set up Zapier to put that in these people that are, attempted to buy my program and it failed for whatever reason, because it just does. Sometimes the cards just don't go through for whatever, and you just have to retry it, and it just goes through the second time for whatever reason. I have no idea why it does that, by the way. But even if you just send 3 emails in a recovery, like it's almost called an abandoned cart recovery email flow. You can set that up in Zapier. It takes less than 1 hour to set this up, and it's just a system that runs in the background forever. It's 3 emails saying, hey, payment failed, try again here. Hey, payment failed again, try here. Hey, payment failed again, try here. Just 3 emails, simple as that. I didn't even have that. That would have probably made me an additional 10, 20 grand from the amount of failed payments that didn't go through. This is the next thing that's gonna kill you guys. Oh my God, it's actually embarrassing talking about this. I had no auto enroll feature for the first 2 months. AKA, what I mean by that is I'd be out with my friends, my brothers, and I actually was talking about this to my brother the other day, and he said he literally can remember me doing this. We'd be in the middle of a conversation in a club, right? Literally in a club. Imagine being in a club and you get a notification for 497 coming through on your mobile phone. And instead of just setting up a Zapier to automatically enroll those people into Teachable, because my program was hosted on Teachable, that's where the program was hosted, so they could get access to the modules. What I would do is I would literally copy him. I'd open my phone, unlock my phone in the club, tell my friends 1 second, just pause on that thought for a second. I'd go, open up my phone, go into my dashboard on Stripe. I would copy the person's name, copy the person's email, and then paste that into the back end of Teachable, and then I'd manually send a welcome email, when this could all be automated through just 2 Zapiers. 2 Zapier setups. I wish I was joking. I'm not joking. I literally did not know what I was doing. And my funnels were so bad and it had so many holes in it that this stuff was actually so dumb and so broken that to have scaled to 107 grand in 7 months is actually impressive. It just goes to show you that you can be stupid, not an expert, you can have holes in your funnel, you can have literal spelling mistakes, you can have no Zapiers, no welcome emails, no pixel, no email list, no few followers online, and still get this stuff to work. Whereas I spent the last 3 years trying to chase every single day. I had multiple team members doing cold outreach, chasing clients, and I was still struggling to scale the agency. Now, I wouldn't say struggling, but in terms of this, it was almost like I was not trying. Agency, it was like I was trying my hardest. You see the difference? You see the difference? Building social leverage and digital leverage, when you build it, feels effortless, literally effortless. Trying to run agency and chase clients every single day, hiring virtual assistants, using AI to automate your emails and things like Lemlist, that felt like a huge pain in my ass. Getting on sales calls with people that just got hit with a cold outreach, and I had to sit down and speak to them and try to convince them that I knew what I was talking about and all the crazy stuff. It felt really off. I mean, it works, don't get me wrong, especially back then. It definitely worked back in 2021, 2022, 2023 and whatnot. I just feel like in 2024 going forwards, there's much better ways to build wealth if you want to build real wealth. Now, let me just break down some of the lessons I've learned doing this sort of stuff so you can actually take something away from this. I've noticed that building a personal brand and selling digital products is just simply far superior than offering one-to-one services, like done-for-you services, and doing cold outreach to sell those one-to-one services, especially B2B style. And building a personal brand, or what I like to call an ISB, is just so much more superior in pretty much every way, shape, or form. It's more profitable to build an ISB. You make a bigger impact on humanity. Let me ask you a question. Do you really think when you're running Facebook ads for a e-commerce brand that sells men's t-shirts, do you really think that that's putting a positive dent in humanity in any way, shape, or form? Do you think that that's actually improving civilization in any way, shape, or form? Genuinely think about what I'm saying. Running Facebook ads for an e-commerce brand that sells frigging cat necklaces or men's skincare products, right? How is that improving humanity and moving us forward in any way, shape, or form? It's not. Showing people how to run, ad campaigns, or even doing marketing, or even building an agency in this particular case, running and building wealth, that actually puts a positive dent in humanity. I can show you a student, for example, like Ryan Mack. Ryan, if you're watching this, shout out to you, my bro. He basically went on to build a 10K per month agency, right? Using the stuff from this same program, and I worked with him like one-to-one style. And he then made a video on that, and it got 150,000 views, which means not only did I help Ryan build a 10K per month agency, he then went on to explain in just a simple YouTube video how he did that. And this guy went on to get 150,000 views. So that means I helped indirectly 150,000 people. There are so many people out there, by the way, right now, you're probably watching, that have learned how to build an agency from either my YouTube videos or my course directly. And they've gone on to do some great things. Gone on to do some absolutely amazing things, right? And they're on YouTube now. Or even they've got their own students, or whatever it is that they're doing. Whatever it is that they're doing. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for me. Some of them give me credit for this, some of them don't, which is completely fine. I don't mind. I know that a lot of people are watching my stories right now, by the way. A lot of your favorite gurus have been watching my stories. Some of these dudes on YouTube have been watching my stories for years. Not once have they given me credit. Not once have they liked any of my posts. Not once have they reached out to me. I see you guys, by the way. I won't say any names. Some big names, by the way. But anyway, this is how I've been able to do this. Let me talk about another lesson I've been able to learn. So this little, I won't even say experiment, but this little funnel here, like my first go at building a VSL, showed me how scalable digital products actually are. I created one video, one funnel, one domain, cost me like £10 to buy, which is like $15. Drove traffic to it for free, made 107 grand in 7 months on my first try in its first 7 months. That's a stark contrast to the 3 years it took me to try even build. It took me 3 years to get to 10K a month for my agency. It took me 17 months to get my first ever client for my agency. And here's the craziest thing, cold outreach never worked for me at the start. It was actually when I started jumping onto LinkedIn and building a brand, I got my first inbound lead. Digital products as well equals no service delivery at all. So it felt amazing being able to just sit back, have somebody come across my VSL, watch it, have their credit card out, buy the thing, I make money. They then go on to build an agency and they make money, all without even having to say a single word to that person. There are people, I'm not even joking, that have been inside of age limitation for over maybe like a year, 2 years, and I'm yet to even have a conversation with them, but they've gone on to build a 5 to 10K per month agency, and I've not spoke to them like once ever. It's the same thing with like Sam Ovens. I've been in this program, it's taught me a lot of stuff about consulting. I talk about a lot of consulting. ISB is kind of consulting. With extra steps, I would say. I've never even had a full conversation. I've never had a single conversation, should I say, with Sam Ovens. Yet he doesn't even know how much of an impact he's made on my life. You see the difference? There's like this unspoken knockdown effect on impact. I help one person scale an agency. They then go on to help 10 different clients in an agency, or go on to even build a brand online, or whatever it is. And I indirectly helped not just that person, but the people below him as well. Feels amazing not needing to physically be there or build a team around any of this, because the service delivery is completely done. You don't even need a team. I recommend as well, by the way, to not start a digital product first, because you must validate your concepts one-to-one. So that's another lesson I've learned. Don't just start with a digital program, even though I did not do this, by the way. So if you're listening to this, I don't want to misconstrue any of my words and be like, hey, you just need to go and start a digital program right now and create a digital program. I would say don't go and build a digital program first. Start with one-to-one first to validate your concepts and see if they actually work and they're actually needed and people are willing to buy money, put their money where their mouth is. Once that's done, then you can obviously start moving your knowledge, the same knowledge, into a program. Number, I guess, I don't know what number this would be, but anyway, I'm gonna throw it in there. You have to provide massive amounts of value when it comes to building a program. Building a program is not easy, guys. It really isn't easy. And it's not gonna work unless you provide massive amounts of value. Massive amounts of value, guys. When I say massive, hold nothing back. Literally hold nothing back. Building a course is actually harder than running Facebook ads as well, by the way. Well, it's much harder. It's not even a question, by the way. If you don't believe me, go and try build a program. Just pretend you're building a program. Even just sit there with a piece of paper and a pen and go and try build just like a 5-week, 6-week, 12-week program. See how long it takes you to even come up with just the sections within the program. And then inside of each section, there's going to be multiple different modules. Sit down and try to do that. I'm telling you, sometimes it takes you months to build this stuff. Whereas a Facebook ad, I can literally get a Facebook ad live in the next 40 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the Facebook ad. Literally. I also want to say this is I have to kind of admit defeat here, but this actually did make me put some respect on these gurus' names. I'm not gonna lie, and you know me, I've given gurus a hard time on this channel for ages, but this stuff was not easy, guys. This was actually the most difficult thing I ever had to build. Like the actual program itself, the modules is what I'm trying to say. Specifically the slides and what I was gonna say in the slides. That was difficult. So if any of these big successful info product guys have a successful info product and it's actually, actually works and gets people results, I had to put respect on the name because I know what they went through. It's one of those ones where it's like from the outside looking in, you can always cuss a guru for having an online course, right? Until you go and try build one yourself. If you don't believe me, just go and try build one yourself. And I've always said this, if it's so easy to just get rich selling courses, why are you not a billionaire selling courses? Why are you not a billionaire by selling courses? Don't hit me with the, oh, I don't want to, it's unethical. There's nothing wrong with having an online program. It's education, literally education. You do not need to have a massive audience for this. You don't need to be famous. You do not need to be an expert or wait to hit 10K a month first. This was one of those misconceptions I believed in, that I had to hit 10K per month first before I had a successful digital program. You cannot please everybody with digital programs as well, so you got to dismiss the haters a little bit, because people, I don't know what it is with people, but they're so backwards. They just hear the words money, online program, and they instantly the equal sign pops up in their head and it just says scam. And I have no idea why it's like that. I guess they might. And you know what? Funniest thing is, if you actually have a serious conversation with a hater, if they've actually been burnt by an actual program, you'll come to realize that they actually haven't really had such a negative experience with a program. They just bought a program and it just wasn't as good as they thought it was. That's typically what happens. Or they'll buy a program and not use it and then blame the person that's made the program. And in that case, I've always said this, that there's some people out there where they could literally have the most perfect digital program that has the most perfect step-by-step tutorial on how to do a certain thing. It doesn't need to be making money, by the way. And they could have that and they would still find a way to fuck it up. At that point, it's not the digital program, it's the person taking the program. I've noticed that, so you can't please everybody. You actually get better results for people teaching them a thing than actually doing the thing for them. This is that same principle I mention all the time, which is like, if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, but if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. It's the exact same. By the way, this is the most natural, humane, human business you can build. Because think about it, you just figure something out for yourself and you help somebody else with that same transformation. That's all it is. It's almost like me, I learned how to drive. I didn't know how to drive a car. I learned how to drive a car, and then I just help other people that don't know how to drive a car. That simple. No manipulation, no cutting corners, no deceit, none of that. There's none of that. There is none of that. Your product must be top notch, by the way. There's no getting around this. Your product absolutely must be top notch. And I think that's why I was able to be so successful with this, because this program went on to change a lot of people's lives. And I got a lot of referrals from people. I had cousins telling other cousins about me. I had brothers telling family members about me. I had voice notes from students' mums sending me voice notes because the program was so good that they saw their son go from broke to making money, like a lot of money, like six-figure type money, multiple six-figure type money actually. And she sent me a voice note thanking me personally. Do you know how insane that is? Do you think you're gonna get testimonials like that, by the way, if you just run some Facebook ads for a local business? Of course you're not. You get paid as well. This is a big lesson for everybody to listen to this. You get paid directly in proportion to your ability to solve a niche's problem. So the bigger the problem a niche has, the more you're gonna get paid. If there was not a demand for this stuff, your favorite gurus would be broke. It's almost like, and this is what I've noticed about online program sellers and people that give them slack for it, I guess. It's almost like trying to argue that footballers shouldn't be paid more than doctors, which I kind of agree with, to be honest with you. I feel like doctors, obviously, they save lives, so they should be compensated way more than a footballer. But here's the thing. The market determines the value. You don't. Us individuals don't. It's the market, which is made up of multiple individuals. If there is a bigger demand for doctors and whatnot, and there was a lower demand for football, then it's just simple supply and demand, guys, is what I'm trying to say. Simple supply and demand. If it wasn't needed, it wouldn't be there. What are you going to do? Fight the market? Are you going to fight? Are you actually going to sit there and fight the market? Or are you going to join it and get rich like these new age people are doing? This is a new way to get rich and build wealth for your family. Why are you trying to fight it? Because you don't like being on camera? Grow some balls, man. Jesus Christ. Don't get stuck doing one-to-one like services and done for you services forever. If you just take a look at the trajectory of every one of your favorite gurus, they start with like one-to-one stuff / done for you stuff, and then they eventually move to consulting. From consulting, they do like coaching, group coaching, and from group coaching, they go on to sell digital products, right? And then some of them even go on to build their own software. Alex Becker, what's his name? Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozi. Take a look into all that Iman Gaji. There you go, there's another one. VSLs as well, another lesson. VSLs are the most important thing you can build in your business, because it's like the central hub of where you're driving all this traffic. Imagine you've got like a central hub. Let me actually try draw this out for you. Let's say you've got a central hub. This is gonna be terrible. So you've got this VSL, right? And then you've got like Instagram over here. Then you've got YouTube over here, or whatever traffic sources you've got. I'm gonna zoom into this, by the way. This VSL, you're feeding the YouTube traffic into the VSL. You're also feeding your Instagram traffic into the VSL as well. And it's this VSL that does all the selling for you. Does all the selling for you, which then they go onto the selling page, onto the actual checkout page. So you can add on Twitter, for example, or X. I'm just gonna put T there for Twitter. You can add on TikTok. I'm gonna put double T here. It's very difficult to do this whilst I'm doing it one-handed with my trackpad. But you get the point. VSLs are the most important thing you can build, because it's like a focused, centralized hub. It's almost like a magnifying glass. You're doing all this different sporadic marketing and all that crazy stuff. You can even do cold outreach for this, but I don't recommend it. And you just drive people to this one video. And that one video does all your selling for you and all the heavy lifting for you. So when you do, and if you're doing like a book call funnel, there'll be either a sales page or a book call. So they watch a video, and after that video, they book a call, or they just purchase straight off the page. If you do the book a call thing, by the time someone gets on a call with you after watching a VSL, they're already like a 6/7 out of 10 on the ready to buy now scale. So what you guys are doing, which is messing you guys up, is you're trying to sell B2B services, but you're doing it in a way where you're sending cold outreach to try and just get them on a call, and there's nothing in between outreach and call. So you've got outreach to get on a call with somebody, and you're trying to sell them on this one call a $2,000 thing. People that bought agency implementation, they were watching a bunch of YouTube videos, binging one video, 20 videos down the line. Then they ended up watching the VSL. Then sometimes they'd go back and watch another YouTube video, and then they would come back and watch the VSL, and then it'd be warm, and then maybe they'd get hit with a Instagram story because they follow me on Instagram, and that Instagram story would direct them to the VSL again. They go watch the VSL once again, and then be like, you know what, like this guy, purchasing, cards out, boom. Just like that. You guys don't have that in between funnel steps that warm people up. You're just trying to do 5 emails in an email flow. I used to do this, and you're trying to get them on a call, and then on that call you try to close them for like $1,000 to $2,000 a month, or whatever your price point is. So another thing I've learned is that long form content beats all. It just genuinely does. There's nothing that converts better than long form content. ISB is the greatest business model I've ever seen, I've ever used, I've ever figured out. And I think it's better than SMA, IPGA, growth operating, becoming a copywriter. I think it's the greatest business model on planet Earth, and it's the most common path for anybody to become a millionaire in the next 5 to 7 years. And I think if you don't start this now, you're gonna really, really regret it. Really regret it. The only business I can think that's better than building an ISB is software in some way, shape, or form. But software takes a lot of money and a lot of development to build. Because I feel like that's the end play. The end play of like Alex Hormozi, he's now got school. I guess that's not an end play for him. That's more of like a income stream. Iman Gaji, take a look. He started with an agency. He did coaching and digital products. We all know he's got Educate, and now he's got a software company. Alex Becker did the same thing and sold it for $100 million. $100 million. Let that sink in. And if you want to impact the world and you want freedom at the same time, I want you to start an ISB not a marketing agency. And if you want, there is a free training below. Don't have to watch if you don't want to. This will be good enough for you to go make some money right now. I'm not joking. And again, just to break this down, why I think ISB is just the greatest business model, there's no sales calls. You don't have to do no guarantees, no outlandish offers, no cold outreach. I did literally the opposite of what all gurus say. All gurus say you need $100 million offers. All gurus say you need to be amazing at sales. All gurus say you need to be amazing at copy. I literally had spelling mistakes on my page. I had no sales call, so I wasn't good at sales. There was no outlandish guarantee, and there was no cold outreach. It's literally the direct opposite of what these dudes are saying. Think about it. Cold outreach, nope, didn't do that. Daughter brand. Offered a guarantee, nope, didn't even do that. Had no guarantee. Was good at sales. Nope, didn't get good at, well, I was good at sales to be fair, but I just, no. Sales wasn't included in this particular funnel here because it was literally a sales page. Be good at copywriting. Nope, there was literally spelling mistakes on my page. That goes to show you that your product is everything. If you have a good product, you understand your market's needs and desires, you got a good product to solve that, those two things are the most important thing. Those two things are the most important thing. That's the big lesson I want you to take away from here. So that being said, guys, click the link below. Free training is there, but that's how I did it. Peace.